Hip Hop was good. This is the DagogetaTv. It's your guy Deme D, Mr. Everywhere You Never There, and I'm back with another new segment. This is Hip Hop 50 Unsung, where I had to tap in and be part of the celebration of hip hop. Like I said on the other segments, this is when they said it happened, so this is when I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm not gonna argue and complain. I'm just gonna celebrate it. So this is another segment, man, and I got some of my usual guests here who've helped me on the platform a lot, and I appreciate them. You've seen them on my other shows if you've tapped in before, the If You Ask Me. So I want to get some knowledgeable guys to continue the process where we make this unsung for these artists that I feel that, should be talked about more. We talk about the same people over and over and over. So we're going to shine the light on some other people. Some of them you might have heard, some of them might not. So I'm going to let you guys reintroduce yourselves again to my audience. We're going to start this stuff from my guy P.
What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Dutch, a.k.a. Haitian Pat. Shouts out to the Big Face Gary Show. You know what I'm saying? Just out here representing.
You already know it's the Rebel Rhome. I got a couple things. Humbly Arrogant coming back. Top of the year. You Ain't Seen Nothing podcast, film and television coming at the top of the year too. Let's go.
So Stroll Mac, just chilling. It's really
hip hop enthusiast.
what I do.
Right here, man.
I chill.
Word up.
Chill, relax.
Nah, but I appreciate y'all also, and I wanted to tap in and get a different segment too with people who appreciate music. So what I try to do, like I said, I try to talk about people who don't get talked about a lot. Some people may feel like these guys get their props. I don't think so. I think they've gotten trapped into casual talk and maybe a single, right? So I want to shine a light on M.O.P. Mash out Posse, Brownsville in the building, right? I know people like M.O.P. They can talk about that. Nah, I don't know, man. M.O.P. is nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the rundown, and I'm gonna let everybody chime in. But word, right? M.O.P. actually they nice, man. So first I want to talk about the albums. They have what's my thing right here? They have M.O.P. has 6 albums. 1 EP and 3 compilations, but they don't come from the mixtape era, so they don't got all that mixtapes right there.
Right.
They debuted in 1994, and their last album was 2014.
Nice.
So that's years in the game, consistency. They've been featured on a lot of projects. Their debut album is To the Death. That was 1994. I want to salute Fizzy. Fizzy also produces on a lot of their albums. They've worked with Premier. They work with DR Period. I want to salute him too. We know these guys are like one of the most featured acts in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the game, not just New York. So they, I'm just gonna run down a few. Obviously Jay-Z. They work with Styles P, Pharoah Monch, EPMD, Busta Rhymes, Big Pun, Gangstar, 50 Cent, Lil Jon. I think they got shit with Exhibit. So Mash Out Posse, man. What would you say? The reason why I put them on this too is because I feel like they became the N.E.Up. guys.
Okay.
That is their biggest single, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is their biggest single.
Okay.
So you're saying because it's that big, they became like one-hit wonders?
I will say one, I feel like they just say that, and I feel like they don't recognize how nice they are too. I think they get caught up in the screaming like Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
People don't really recognize how nice they are.
I think they get a little more. I think they get a little more than that.
I think it's just mainstream people really look at them as the N.E.Up. But if you go outside, just below that,
but that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Amongst rap heads, yeah, but we're talking about the
not even just rap heads. I think they fall in between. Like their notoriety falls in between like the rap heads and like the mainstream, because there is like a level in between where people just a little bit more than casual fan know of M.O.P.
Absolutely, because music is in movies. And
because M.O.P. has done tours with like rock and roll groups. They even have like a rock and roll album, like with remixes. I think they're known. But
well, it's not about being known. It's about exactly because if you line up people up in a group and they give you 10 groups. The possibility of M.O.P. coming up, unless it's like really heads.
Or it's Brooklyn heads, right? Brooklyn Heads will mention M.O.P.
Yeah.
I give them
Yeah.
that.
So,
So
I mean,
I get what you're saying.
that's what I mean, but I don't know. I feel like I said it's dicey because they have other singles. They had they How About
Cold
Some
as Ice.
Hardcore, put them
Yeah,
on.
It was a big single.
Cold as Ice.
Cold as Ice, How About Some Hardcore, put them on.
Yeah.
Cold as Ice.
They on Belly.
They had the NEM remix, so I
Yeah.
mean, Rugged Never Smooth or some shit.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm like, I don't know.
And
But
I think that was their first Primo beat, Rugged Never Smooth.
I know
The
that. I
remix.
didn't
The remix,
realize. I
Primo
didn't
did that.
realize that. Yeah, I
The
didn't
Rugged
realize
Never
that.
Smooth was the first
Shout out
Primo
to Primo,
beat. And
yeah.
after that, Primo started doing stuff.
Yeah.
with him.
But shout out to Fizzy because he does a lot of production
Yeah.
too. I don't think people recognize that.
Yeah.
But so that's the only reason why I kind of threw it on there. And again, they really nice, man. And you know, Fame is definitely
Yes, they're really nice.
it's definitely up there. So what would you say? What would you say? I think most say their best albums are between Warriors and Firing Squad, but I see a lot of people like First Family. What would you say that their best albums are?
Well, my favorite. What's yours?
First Family. Yeah.
My favorite is Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors.
I think
Warriors
to
is
me,
dope.
the production
It's
of
dope.
Warriors
I
to
think
me
Warriors
just
is
was
their
like
best album.
because I think Warriors is the production was between Primo and Lil Fame.
Yeah.
Because I think after Rugged Never Smooth, Primo started doing like the majority, but like the Warriors, it was a balance.
Yeah. I know. I just like First Family. There's a couple of songs on
But First Family to me is
production's
fire.
outrageous.
Firing Squad is
Firing
crazy.
Squad is insane.
It is.
Firing Squad
But
is
to
insane.
me, to me, the weakest album, and even though it's good, is their first album.
Baby Right to the
yeah.
Death. And they
to the
got some
death.
shit
That's
on
their
there.
weakest.
But that's what I'm saying. They got about, and then I like the Marksman shit too.
Oh,
You got
the
the
Marksman
Marksman
was
shit's
fire.
crazy. So that's what I'm saying.
Even the rock and roll joint they did, I love that shit. It's
Yo,
fire.
can I
The
push
foundation
buttons
joint.
though? Can I just push buttons though? Do you think they should? I'm not going to even say they're better, but do you think they should be on Mobb Deep level?
I think so. I think so.
I'm not even
think
gonna do
so.
that on this, though. That's not this
That's
sport.
the reason
That's
why.
what-
But that's the reason why.
But that's
they
what we're
are-
doing. We're going to the next tier. That's what the whole Unsung is about, going to the next tier. Because Mob is going to come up regardless, Outkast, people going to talk about the same people.
I think M.O.P. really embodied New York as a group, like
New York as a
like
group.
New York as a whole.
Yes.
Like when you had your
I
Mobb
agree.
Deep, your Mobb Deep kind of felt Queens, right? And then you had your Onyx, like they felt like Queens,
wouldn't
right?
you say-
And then, but like
Twins felt
M.O.P.
like the
I think
Bronx.
M.O.P. still
just had-
They were more one directional too. It's like Mob was doing other shit. There was more storytellers as well. I
Yeah.
think M.O.P. just got.
And this is not like to
but-
bash them. This is
music
not
like
trying to
but,
bash them.
But
or
I think
nothing
I
like
agree
that.
with him.
it was more
like,
outside for
The
everybody.
people who talk more about Mobb Deep is like Queens talk more about Mobb Deep. I think
Nah,
M.O.P.
the
is more
city,
recognized
the
in New
city
York.
talk about
And not
Mobb
just
Deep.
Mob. If you
But
go
then-
outside of the
and
city
this-
too, we talking about
and this is
outside of the
reason
city.
why
Most
I
people ain't
asked the
talking about
question,
Mob.
because your point is that these dudes don't get the recognition that they should be getting, right?
No, the point is to shine the light on the people who are next tier. We already established
Okay.
they're not on that level,
Okay.
but their contribution to the game is as
That's
valuable.
okay.
That's
all
what I'm
right.
saying.
So there is an
M.O.P.
acceptance of the fact that they are where they are.
Yeah, I'm not saying they better than them. I'm saying
No, I'm not-
M.O.P.
I'm not saying
the
that.
story M.O.P. in New York. M.O.P.'s story got to be told.
Okay.
There's
'Cause
like
I was thinking that you were saying that they don't get the recognition that they should get, so that's why we're mentioning them.
well, that
But
as well. They don't come up
But they're not in that conversation though.
as far as being the best. I'm saying
See,
when
that-
people usually talk about hip hop, right, or rap, they usually
Right.
talk about the same 20 people.
Right.
So there's a bunch of other people who have
they're not
impact
mentioning.
that they never mention or they
Right.
don't know enough about.
But what I was asking you is, are they in that 20 conversation?
I think so.
They can be. It depends on who you ask.
Nah,
Because
they're not in it.
You talking about?
They're not in it. They're
music
not
or
in
we
it.
talking about in general?
When you talk about hip hop groups, they not
Right.
really in it, but
Yeah.
their influence is shown because you can see it. To me personally, a lot of the style and the way that Migos did their ad libs and stuff on the track came from M.O.P.
M.O.P.
Came from that being in the background with the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
so-
First
so
Family,
I think-
yeah, like
I think they're on the same level as a lot of groups. It's just to me, when it comes to groups, some groups have something that M.O.P. don't have.
When you
Other
don't-
groups, M.O.P. has
Mainstream
other
success.
groups
That's
don't have.
it. That's the
So,
only
yeah.
separation.
mainstream success, like yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would
So
agree
that's
with
the
that.
point with these guys. They just didn't get
Like, to
that,
me,
but
they're my
they
top
still got the
four, top
consistency.
four, top
They still
five
been
groups
nice, but
of duos.
Nah, so this is very important because you're right. Because if you say, yo, give me like the top rap groups in the game, they're not going to be mentioned.
No.
But then you made a valid point that like some
the
of
influence is
the
there.
influence is there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah,
Right, but it only goes on top of M.O.P made New York music. So you when you do certain shit, when you talk about
Kinda
certain
stick
topic,
regional.
you're gonna be
And the
you
one
accept
thing,
certain. But I don't want to stick to.
yeah.
Okay.
But just one of the one things I have to say about M.O.P as well. M.O.P music consistently stay at that high level. Like their music to me doesn't fluctuate. Like okay, they're this and then it goes down. It's always to me either stays parallel or it's a step above. But it's always like you know what you're gonna get. You're not disappointed. It's M.O.P. Even that you ain't mentioned it, but even their solo project is kind of dope because Lil Fame did a joint album with Terminology that was dope and. Billy Dance has
Still
like
doing
five
cameos on
EPs. In the last like 2 years, Billy Dance has put out like 5 EPs. That's been kind of fire by himself. So yeah.
And then shouts out to them for still making music.
Yeah. Still making music.
That's the point.
Still
Still
making
high
music and
level.
still
Shout out.
asked
That's
for.
what I'm saying. A lot of other groups stopped rapping 20 years ago, or they straight
Yeah.
kind of finito.
Because they murdered it on that Busta track. That Cesar track. They murdered it.
Salute to them Brownsville, Mash
Murdered that
Posse.
Busta Cesar track.
Subscribe, share, hit that.